Now I would like to review the Remarkable digital ink tablet. I had maybe 3 different Kindles. I had a very original with the text, and that got me through college and really helped me. I was able to read the papers without actually having to print them. I did need it to download their software. I did need it to register, even to transfer files. Was it necessary or wasn't really? I'm not sure about that. Maybe there is some sort of kind of logic to that. The functionalities with the side menus is brilliant. You know, you can zoom, you can move. The zoom part is actually also, while you zoomed in, you can use a text to write in your notes in it. And if you zoom out back, it goes back as this tiny text. One thing I actually found it very interesting here is that I can make this text bigger, and then I can write in a small font around here. So what it would give me way more space in terms of to write additional notes on the papers here. Now, Remarkable does not have text-to-speech. Onyx and some other ones do have it. What I was really kind of looking forward is for the Sony paper, digital paper, to go down in price. But they started really high, I mean maybe like $1,200 at the beginning, if not more. And currently you can maybe get it for $800 from the United States. However, I couldn't find it where to buy it in Europe. Now, Remarkable is an European product in a way. It's made in China, but the design is made in Norway. So this is a Norwegian startup. My application for this similar device is just to get rid of paper altogether, because it's just waste of time. And then if I have, for example, PDF form to be able to collect data and collect signatures in a digital format, so I don't have to waste the bloody paper. The cost is about $500. Competitors, we're speaking about Onyx, I think, Sony digital paper. Both of them are older, a little bit more expensive. Certain things are better in each product, but I think Remarkable stands alone in comparison to everyone else. Now, when I charged it up and I used it maybe for an hour, it was full and we're already down to 1/3. So the battery life is nowhere near to what of the Kindle. However, that's, you know, this device requires a little bit more oomph. In terms of the usage for this particular device, I probably go for the PDFs. That's the only one thing my 10-inch Kindle couldn't do at all, is to give me enough reading estate to be able to see the text. Because of the price point, the form factor, etc., the fact is from Europe, that means the warranty. In Europe, a manufacturer warranty, I think, is up to 6 years now. It's just to avoid the electronic waste which we send to the countries which didn't really sign up for that. So it would be interesting to see how many prints, including buying of a printer, buying the cartridges, paper, would require to cover the cost of particular device. Amazon, they released their bigger Kindle. They were holding from releasing bigger screen Kindles for a really long time, and obviously because they don't want to be selling a device which allows you to read PDFs easily, because then they will not be able to sell you as much content with their Amazon Prime. Now, the Kindle one costs €250, and that's about the half of what the Remarkable is. And if they can figure out the price point where it will be maybe a little bit more competitive in comparison just to read-only devices like the new large Kindle, I would really consider buying it. Like, at the moment, I borrowed it from my friend, and I would still not be able to justify spending €500 for it. Even doesn't matter how cool it looks, doesn't matter how much other devices cost, it's still not there for what I would want it to use. You know, the drawing part is absolutely brilliant, but I want to use it for the data input and maybe some additional apps. Basically, the companies are playing with each other. I just hope it's not gonna kill the Remarkable, because I think that's a really good step toward the right direction. If you can figure out the pricing that majority of consumers could afford. For example, if you have the presentation slides in advance, you can take additional notes in case if you don't understand certain aspects or certain areas. So for this input device, that is absolutely brilliant. I think the drawing part is just a nice feature, but for what I would intend it to use it, For me, it's just a bonus. I'm not an artist. If I wanted to draw an art, I would prefer probably colors as well. So then, you know, that would make more sense for me to get an iPad Pro. Now, some of the e-readers run Android. That would mean that a lot of Android developers could produce the third-party apps. However, Remarkable is based on Linux. Now what you would want is for it to be able to give you additional things as well in the near future, because the hardware is already here. So it's Remarkable that developers can figure out additional functionalities which they can achieve with the same hardware, and then that will become a thing where you buy a device, but then after constant updates will give you more and more functionalities within the same technological platform. I think that would be worth even than 500 euro itself. But at the moment, I know, like, I absolutely love it. Maybe buy it, but the other things I spent about similar price on, for example, like drones, etc. I was able to make money much more quicker back to recuperate the investment. So that's my 2 cents to it. Depending what kind of finish you select, it would give you very close to what the actual ink or graphite would behave. It is cool, yeah. It has all those different, you know, the colors, and you can write and you can draw. But you know, like, would you spend 500 euro just for a drawing tablet? It's a touch sensitive, so I can interact not only with my stylus but with my fingers too. It's more about the menu, etc. Like, and you know what, you can't pinch. That's maybe something maybe you could look into, because you know everybody's used to the pinch and zoom and rotate the movements. Now I still would have Kindle for my books, but for the PDFs it's way too small. That's not the smallest font you can get on academic papers. I think that's the size 10, but it's pretty decent. Why would this work as an input device as well? I personally, when I reading papers, like to take notes, but not necessarily notes in terms of, let's say, pointing out a particular area which I would like to refer to later, but also maybe come back to something I knew from before, and then I would like to maybe add some notes to that. So I would like to write on the paper itself. And what's interesting as well is, like, would you be able to take signatures and that would be considered as a signature on the paper form if, let's say, you need to sign contracts? Because that would open another world of possibilities, especially in the sectors where regulation requires a lot of paperwork, fact checking, for example, if you're working in insurance. Currently now you would have to fill in the paper forms, and then afterwards you have to upload those paper forms to your administration to process to get it underwritten. Now I don't want to be begging, but the YouTube is making me to do that. If I'm not getting subscribers on the channel, YouTube is you know, maybe the 6 sequence goes. YouTube doesn't show my ads. If it doesn't show the ads, that means they don't want to show my videos, and if it doesn't show my videos, even the hobby becomes a little bit too sad to continue. So, like, I've done this product because I kind of wanted to cover my points on that, and maybe not only talk very good things about it, but maybe give some feedback back to the developers. But yes, share, subscribe, and let me know how can I improve better. Okay, thank you.